Hey, you may hear some noise from outside, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. We're gonna film this because I have the motivation to film it, so that's what we're gonna do. So if you hear people outside, I'm sorry. It's my fault for procrastinating the day away now. I was supposed to do this at 9 a.m. It is 2:53, so it's my fault. But you love me, so you're gonna accept me for it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jaelyn, and today you're gonna get ready with me. So, hey, how are you? It's been a minute. I know. I'm sorry, but we're here. Are we here to stay? I hope, but we'll see. I'm gonna get my life together while I explain to you what's happening today, because if I don't, this video will never start. So, today you're gonna get ready with me because I am going to film some reels that I have been wanting to film for months, but I haven't because I think I'm a little depressed, but it's okay.
Hey, just want to preface this video by saying that this was filmed in July and I just never edited this video. So the reels that I'm talking about already filmed, 30 Days of Summer done. Yeah.
We won't really talk about it. We'll talk about it a little bit, but we won't really get into it because I don't actually know. I've not been like diagnosed in any way, but something's wrong. Okay. And I laugh. I'm not like sad. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not sad, right? I just am not the best that I could be at the moment, right? And that's fine. You know, everybody goes through that, right? And that's perfectly fine. We all deal with it differently. That said, I have no motivation to film anything. I want to so badly. I have all of these ideas. When I tell you, I do not want to put on makeup to do anything. That's where we're at. So that's what we're doing today because I kind of feel like it. So we're gonna hop on that train. So today we're gonna do like a very like soft glam, but we're gonna do a neutral brown eye. Like very simple, very easy, just something that I've been wanting to do but haven't done my makeup. So I got my coffee. If you have the pleasure of watching this in the morning, hey, good morning. I hope your day goes great. Grab some coffee, some tea, whatever you drink. A mimosa if you feel. A cocktail if it's later or if it's early. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. Grab whatever. Take a seat. Grab a snack because this is probably going to be long. And sit back and enjoy because we got a lot to talk about if you couldn't tell. So if you're interested to see what I'm going to do and what I have to talk about, then just keep watching. Now, normally in a Get Ready With Me, I just put music over it because I can't like talk and work at the same time. So we seem to be doing okay right now. So this could work well, right? And it seems just by how efficiently I was able to get myself set up and start this eyebrow, we could be in business. So, here we are. Like I said, it's been a while. I hope you're all doing well. As you can see, where do I start? First off, today we're going to talk about the fact that I'm single, which, given the fact that that wasn't really the topic of my channel, you wouldn't really understand how life-changing that is for me. Not because I'm a codependent person or anything like that. I'm actually not very codependent at all. But the way that my life's been set up over the last 10 years, me being single is something that comes as a shock to anyone that knows me very well. So, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a snippet of how life is going. Overall, life's not too bad, right? It could be a lot worse. We're gonna talk about my lack of motivation for filming, and we're gonna talk about how I am putting a stop to that now, because this is something that I really like doing, right? And it's very discouraging when you don't have the motivation to do it, because all I think about when I'm sitting on my couch or laying in my bed because I can't and don't want to do anything else, all I'm thinking about is I could be filming videos right now. I could be doing this. I could be doing that. Just get, you know what I mean? And part of the struggle is me feeling like I have to be ready to do all of those things when that's not my reality. Oh, also, by the way, for my brows, I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in number 5, I think I use 5. And then for primer, I am using the Cover FX Mattifying Primer, which is this one. Also, please excuse the state of my skin. As I said, not in the best state, but I have not been taking care of my skin, which is something that I am religious about. So the fact that my my skincare has been slipping, really, that says something, okay? Also, do not judge this look. If it turns out cute, then, go for it. If it's not cute, we're not going to talk about it, right? Okay. Because in the past, maybe 3 or 4 months, I've done my makeup twice, maybe 3 times actually, none of which have included eyeshadow. So let's keep that in mind, okay? But yeah, so the state of my skin in this video, there's texture galore, but it's fine, I genuinely don't really care that much, but for my own personal sake, my skin was doing so well, so for it to look the way it does, I don't really love that for me, okay? All I want to do is film, and I cannot find myself, or I can't push myself to do so. It's really discouraging because I just feel like I'm wasting my time, right? I'm tired of being frustrated and upset, and not upset, but just frustrated and tired and stressed, passively stressed, and just very anxious. I don't want that to be my reality anymore. No, I'm not gonna sit here and say that, me telling myself you're not gonna be sad anymore, so I'm just not gonna be sad anymore. That's not realistic, but I can push myself to do certain things that I want to do, So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna film these reels because I have yet to do 30 days of summer outfits. I have a good amount of them planned. I just can't seem to bring myself to get ready to set up and change clothes to do that. So we're gonna do some of those today too, because I would really like to get that series started because it's almost August. And I intended to do it in June. So there's that. I watched this video when I woke up today, which I'll link it below. I've never seen this lady before. But for whatever reason, it was meant for me to watch that video this morning. And the title was like how to change your life in the course of 6 months or something like that. And I thought that it was great because because I feel like whenever someone is kind of in the same mindset as me currently, where you really want to change your life, then, and just like change your mindset about your life and just really kind of be in a different place. I feel like we put this pressure that change has happened immediately. And not that I don't do that to myself, because I know that that's not realistic. However, it's very easy to give up after a few weeks of putting effort into that change, because on your end, you're not seeing the change, even though the people around you may be seeing that change. You know what I mean? So actually, I do think I'm gonna do my foundation first. I never do foundation before, rarely ever do I do foundation before I do eyeshadow, but because there isn't really going to be any fallout, I'm not really worried about it. Oh, the powder that I'm using also is the Coty Airspun in Naturally Neutral. I was going to say basically beige. In Naturally Neutral, and the Maybelline Fit Me in Medium Deep. And then the foundations that I'm going to use, my like go-to, I mix together the Urban Decay Stay Naked in 60 WR and the Maybelline Superstay in 330 or 355 Coconut. I like the combination of the two, so I just use them together. Oh, she was saying how it never works because we do put that pressure on ourselves to make that change in such a short amount of time when it's not realistic. So I am making a new goal for myself, because there are a lot of things that I would like to change about my life currently that aren't going to happen if I don't do it, which I'm fully aware of, obviously. And not that I haven't been making an effort to make those changes, because that's not the case. It's just I probably, one, haven't been trying as hard as I probably could have. And I don't know, sometimes it's okay to just be sad, you know what I mean? And just be unhappy. I'm not saying you should dwell in it for long, but I think it's important to live in those feelings. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So it's kind of what I've been doing, a little bit longer than I probably should have, but it's all part of the healing process, you know? That said, I'll link her video down below because I did really like what she had to say. And I already had the motivation to film today, but that helped kind of like push it over the edge, because initially it was pouring earlier and I did not want to leave. So I was like, well, you're not about to sit in here and do nothing all day. So I'm gonna do this. I knew that it wasn't supposed to rain all day, but I usually go grocery shopping in the morning, and I don't want to deal with all of the people that Trader Joe's will have to offer at 3 o'clock in the afternoon versus 10 in the morning. So I'll just go grocery shopping tomorrow. That's fine. We're gonna have a productive day still. Okay? Now, the other part of me not filming stuff is, like I said, not feeling like getting ready to film, right? And certain things, because of the image that I would like to get across, certain things I do need to, I do certain types of videos I do need to make sure I have on makeup for, and just stuff like that, right? But there are other videos that could be very casual that I don't need to have on makeup for, and I don't have a problem with not wearing makeup. Let's get that out there right now. I wear makeup less often than I wear makeup, right? But there are certain things that, in case the right person comes across it, I want to make sure that I look the way I want it to come across. You know what I mean? And then when I look back on like certain reels that I did that I didn't feel like putting makeup on for, so I didn't, I was less happy with those in the end. So I just prefer to attempt to just put a little bit more effort and stuff. So yeah, that's part of that. But I don't want my channel or my social media, to an extent, to be this super staged kind of thing. I definitely think, in my opinion, I have a balance of realistic and kind of planned content, so to speak, because there's definitely a limit to what I want to be shared on the internet, because I am still very protective of my privacy. I'm a private person in my own private life, so for me to just weirdly be this super public person on the internet, it's not gonna happen, right? But I definitely think that transparency is still important. So if there's a topic that I'm going to speak on, I would like to be as transparent about it as possible, which is going to be kind of contradicting because I am going to talk about being single, but I'm only going to go into so much detail about certain things just because it's none of your business. But also, I want to talk about it because I think it can be helpful. I know that my thoughts are all over the place. I knew I should have wrote it down, but this is welcome to a conversation with me. This is how it goes. The concealer I'm using is the Juvia's Place concealer in number 13. I probably should be using 12, but I don't feel like getting up. So it's this part that always gets me. Whenever I film a Get Ready With Me, I attempt to make sure my hair is at least relatively close to what it's gonna be by the end of the video, right? But I my hair's just out for the week, so it is what it is, right? But knowing that I'd get hot and just having to deal with all of that, I just kept it in my scarf. So we're in my scarf today, okay? I am like, this doesn't seem like a big deal, but I'm so glad that I don't care that I'm on camera in my scarf. I did make sure it was just like, I re-put it on so it was tighter, just like stuff like that. But like, I know that doesn't sound like a huge deal, right? But it really kind of is, because I don't know, it's a thing. I won't say I was raised this way, but not in a way where it's like detrimental to my like health and well-being. But like, you should always look presentable, right? And not that I don't look presentable at all. Words cannot describe how happy I am that I decided to just film the video like this, right? And it's just stuff that's as simple as that have really been holding me back. I'm doing this also so that I'm not constantly wiping my sweat off of my nose. If you've been here for a while, you know my nose sweats first, and there's not much I can do about that. So I'm doing this first because I will leave my bake on for a whole video. That's how much oil we need to, okay? So, okay, anyway, back to that. Little stuff like that is what is preventing me from growth. And I'm not gonna let it anymore, essentially was the point of that conversation. I'm also gonna use this video to hold myself accountable to this change that I want to see, because there's a lot that I want to see change. I would really like to get my health back on track, both physically and mentally. I have not like actively worked out consistently in a very long time. Just like stuff like that. I need to get back on track with that because working out makes me feel good. I have a more productive day, and I can really tell the difference. So there's that. For my eyes, I'm just gonna use this Dose of Colors baked browns palette. It's just this cute little neutral palette that I usually take with me to travel, but I have never used it. What was I going to say? My mental and physical health. And then my professional life. There are a few business ventures that I have been wanting to start for a while. And I took this past week, today is Sunday, or Saturday. Jesus. I took this past week and the week before to figure out how to get those things started and begin to get them started. Because talking about doing those things is great, right? Great and fine in theory. But again, nothing happens if you don't do it yourself, right? So I have been taking the initiative and I'm taking this color all over my lid. So that's what I have been spending the past 2 weeks doing. And then this is another avenue that I'd really like to explore to see where it can go, because you never know. Maybe this isn't meant for me, and that's fine. But maybe it really is. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I don't try. So we're trying. Okay, my camera cut off and I have no idea where that ended. The last thing that I talked about essentially was being consistent again and just being happy that people are actually paying attention to what I'm doing and valuing my opinion. The people that are like replying to my Instagram stories whenever I like post a new product that I tried or food or whatever. People are like, oh my God, this looks so good. Or if I try something new, oh my God, how did you like it? Just like people caring about my opinion. And not that I care about that necessarily, but like it helps me realize that I really might be on the right track. So that's really exciting for me. But I had started talking about being single. So if you don't know me, hi, my name is Jaelyn. Nice to meet you. I am currently 25 years old. I will be 26 in October. And I have been in the same relationship since I was 16. And it was a very mutual decision to end that relationship. I think it's probably what's best for both of us. I'm excited to, I don't know, I'm nervous about a lot of things. But overall, I am excited to see what is in store for me in terms of the people that I'm going to meet, the places that I'm going to go. I am just very curious about what's going to happen. Now, I'm not sure if this part got cut out or not, but as I said, I'm not a very social person. I just don't care to be social with people I don't know. And that sounds super antisocial, which I'm not antisocial necessarily. But I am a little shy. But that's what it is. I'm not a very open person. It takes a lot to get to know me, truly. And maybe that's a personal problem. I don't have a problem with the fact that I'm that way. It is what it is. But that said, because I don't willingly go out to meet new people and invite new people into my circle, finding someone else is going to be very interesting for me. I'm not actively looking for anybody currently, which I know most people, after getting out of a almost 9-year relationship, most people would be a puddle on the floor. But I think because it was such a mutual thing, I don't think either of us are puddles on the floor. Obviously, I cried about it, but it was something that I had come to terms with a while before it was made official. So I'm not heartbroken, I don't care to be in another relationship right away. I'm perfectly fine being by myself. I genuinely don't care about that. But I still have never been by myself. So I do think it's important for me to experience that, because a lot of people don't. But a lot of the time when people do need to experience that, it's because they've never been alone. They don't know how to be alone. I know how to be alone. I like being alone. I don't care that I'm alone. It does get lonely, but I think it's important to understand the difference between being lonely and being alone, because they're not the same. So I say that to say I am nervous about meeting people and not being accepted. That's a very vulnerable thing for me to just disclose like that. But yeah, I'm very nervous about not being accepted, and not because I feel the need to be liked by. I don't feel the need to be liked by everybody at all. But there is a point where I'm weird. I'm a very quirky person. A lot of people don't like that, and that's perfectly fine. And that's just like an example. But things like that were things that my ex, I don't think I like that. He just accepted about me, and he knew it just was what it was. He just allowed it, and not everybody does. So to find that again is what I'm nervous about. You know what I mean? But it's not a reason to stay with someone that you're not meant to be with. You know what I mean? So yeah, if anyone's ever curious about the process that this is and will be for me, let me know, and I can keep you updated on it, I guess. But yeah, that's not something I've shared publicly at all. Obviously, the people that are close to me, and I mean very close to me, with the exception of 2 people who I think will end up finding out from this video versus finding out from me. And I swear I intended to tell you, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way. I love you guys still dearly, and that I'm okay. I really, I know that it sounds like actually it doesn't sound like I'm not, but I know that it could be difficult to understand how I would be okay. And I can understand why some people that do know may think that I'm pretending to be okay when I'm not, because I understand why you would think that, but I promise I'm okay. It's not a bad thing, and I feel like a breakup is always portrayed as this horrible thing that leaves you in a puddle on the floor for a very long time, which in most cases, in a lot of cases, it is, right? Because usually it's a one-sided thing, or there's a reason, behind it.
Hey, me again. I just felt like I should clarify that a little bit better. Obviously, more than likely, a breakup is going to be a sad situation, right? And that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to be sad about it, whether it was something that was best for you or not. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to feel however you feel. But the same goes for if it's not a sad situation and you're not sad about it. And I feel like oftentimes when you feel that way about something, especially the length of my relationship, people are surprised that I'm not sad, which is fine. I understand that as well. But again, because it was a mutual decision, and it was a decision that we didn't make lightly. We thought about it for a very long time, and I was able to come to terms with it before it happened. You know what I mean? So obviously there were times when I was sad about it before, but overall, it is what it is. It was what was meant to be. That wasn't meant to be my end all be all. And I'm not saying that there's been anyone in my life that's made me feel bad about not being sad about it. I'm just saying, if you're in a similar situation where you have gone through a breakup and you're not sad about it, that's okay. You don't have to be. So don't let people make you feel bad or pressure you into being sad if you don't want to be, you know?
Whereas the situation, genuinely, there wasn't one specific reason necessarily. It was just made a realization that, like, genuinely, this may not be what's supposed to be the end all be all, you know? So yeah, I feel like this side of a breakup isn't always portrayed, which is understandable. Like I said, this is the more rare case for the situation, but I feel like it's people want me to be sad or heartbroken. I'm not sad. You know what I mean? Like, it's a sad situation, but I feel like people want me to be a puddle on the floor, and I'm not. I don't want to be. I don't care to be, and there's no reason to be, right? I think it's important for me to share to an extent, but also, if someone just wants to be nosy, I will answer a certain amount of questions, or questions to a certain extent, if you're curious about my thought process. I'm gonna pause this to do my eyeliner, and then I'll come back and finish everything else. I'm back. I have put my wings on. I'm ready to fly away. I meant to do this before I turned the camera back on, but I was watching a music video and forgot that I was filming. So I knew before I got too far gone that I should press record again. So that's what I did. So now we're gonna apply the glue to my lashes. I don't remember what these are called, so I will just link them down below, along with everything else that I used in the video. But on a lighter note, I have decided to further invest into this BTS obsession that I have wanted to invest in, but the way that my brain works, when I discover an artist that I like specifically, I then need to figure out everything there is to know about that person, right? Which is a problem in this sense. I also keep pointing, because the TV's right here, they're literally on the screen, because I had to pause it or this video was not gonna get finished. But I then have to like plan my time out around this research, right? But there's 7 of them. Do you know how long it is going to take me to learn everything that is needed to have in my arsenal? I'm stressed just thinking about the amount of time that I'm gonna have to dedicate to this. But I think it's time I commit. It's time I commit. That's where my life's at. It's gonna bring me joy though, for sure. Because I've been high-key obsessed for a little while. But then the other part of this is that there are other K-pop groups that I like. Once I learn all of this, I'm gonna be so proud of myself. My head's gonna get a little too big, and I'm gonna think that I can learn 6 other groups with 5+ people each like it's nothing, but it won't be nothing. Hey, last time, I swear. Sorry the video is so long. Hope you're enjoying if you've made it this far. But I just wanted to say, 1, progress is going very great on my research. 2, there's a group with like 13 members. Who does that? I'm so scared because it's gonna take so much time to learn. I have to learn it. Oh gosh. This has also taken me over an hour. In a normal world, this would have taken me 30 minutes if I was listening to music, 45 minutes if I'm like watching YouTube videos, because sometimes you have to stop and look at the screen and then you end up forgetting that you were in the middle of something, right? The beautiful birds are chirping at 4:15 p.m. I was literally supposed to do this at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I started setting up for this, and then what happened after that will remain a mystery to us all. But I told you, my eyeliner, Wet n Wild Megaliner. I've used it for years. Time to dust off this bake after it's 30 minutes. I feel like there was something else that I actually did mean to talk about. I don't know, but okay, I'm back. My battery is dying, so I figured I'd just come back on to close you out real quick. You would think, knowing that I'm on a time limit, I would have also done this before coming back on, but no, leave it to me. This is the KKW Beauty lip liner in Nude 1, and then the lip gloss in Nude 6. I've used the gloss before, but not that specific liner. Thanks for listening to my life for the past few months and why I have been absent and just what's going on in general. I just figured I would update you while I had the motivation to do so. Hopefully I'm back for a little while, and other than that, let me know what you want to see from me. But yeah, do that. Follow me on Instagram. Let me know what you want to see. Don't forget to subscribe so that you know when I post new videos, and make sure that you turn on the bell so that you're notified right away so that you don't miss it, because why would you want to miss this? Hello? Anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.
See, the issue of getting motivation to do this when my air conditioning's not working is probably one of the stupidest things I could do, but we're not going to let that stop us from being great. So am I going to be a sweaty mess by the end of this? Probably, but I'll have some reels filmed, okay? Ooh, brow pencil. Look at me. Look at me. Okay,